5 seconds.
Are we on?
Yep.
We're on?
Mm-hmm.
But why didn't you tell me, you son of a bitch?
That says 5 seconds.
Live from HWR headquarters. It's the 334th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We very much appreciate it.
Where the hell am I?
We're at HWR headquarters, HQ. Where do we go?
It's only been a year.
It's been less than a year.
About 9 months.
Yeah, whatever. If you're watching us live, thank you so much. I'll pull you up here on my old handy-dandy smartphone, which I haven't opened yet. And you could, chat with us along in the live chat. You log into your Google account. So say hi, fact check, talk shit, ask us questions, whatever. I'll try to involve you as best as I can in the show. And if you're not watching us live, that's okay. You can still leave a comment right here down below the YouTube section, or you can interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or on Twitter at HWrestlingRadio. So, Mr. Creaster, how are you today? Oh, Hector.
I'm drying off.
What's up, Hector?
The one time this year that I come over here so you can come talk Japan with me, and you can't make it. We're gonna have to reevaluate this internship that you got going on here. Don't worry, none of us have gotten paid shit anyway.
Not even me.
Something happened on Saturday, man.
What happened?
Takeover! New men's champ in Adam Cole.
Baby.
New tag champs and Street Profits.
Yep.
What you think of the show?
I think this NXT TakeOver lived up to all the previous 25 takeovers, where it's not so much hype going into it, at least on our anticipation levels, and then it just great top to bottom. Every time I'm like, well, okay, and I think my anticipation level was a 7. Is that what I said last week? A 7, and like top to bottom, everything was great. Yeah. I liked it. Liked it a lot.
Oh, man.
I mean, do we want to get into specifics yet, or do you want to... Let's hear your overview first. Come on, give me an overview.
It exceeded my expectations. Again, I hadn't been watching too much. I didn't want to set it too high and then get disappointed, knowing that it's NXT TakeOver, knowing that what most NXT TakeOvers do, exceeding expectations. I didn't want to be disappointed yet. I will say it definitely was not the best one, but it sure as hell was not the worst one.
Yeah.
I would if you have a chart between the top and the lower ones, and this is the middle, I'd put it in the top half.
Yeah, top percentile, I definitely say. Yeah, I would. Right from the get-go, Matt Riddle versus Roddy Strong. Match of the week candidate. Right from the get-go. I think that's a candidate. It's not my pick, but it's a very strong candidate. But definitely a candidate. I liked it right from the jump. And, I'm not much for Roddy. That's been documented on this show before. I'm not too big into Roddy. All of his charisma that he has right now is by proxy through the rest of the Undisputed Era.
It's on consignment.
It's on consignment. his personality is on consignment. And Matt Riddle, I'm not sold on 100%. Like, I kind of have peaks and valleys with how I feel about Matt Riddle as a character. As a wrestler, holy fuck, both of them two can go, and holy fuck, both of them two really put on a show this past weekend. They tore the house down. Nice technical clinic.
They did their job, as most NXT TakeOver matches do, where the opening sets the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
That, okay, this is what we're known for. I dare anybody that comes after us to beat that. They did a damn good job of keeping me interested.
Yeah.
It's one of the 4 matches I have so far as contention for my match of the week. Okay. We'll make our decisions at the next segment, but as of now, this might not be the most popular opinion, especially not with our our friend that wasn't able to make it, the other one that wasn't able to make it. This might be my match of the night.
Really?
Yeah.
You think this match was the best one of the night?
Yeah.
Okay. Defend yourself.
I won't. Instead, the other match that I thought stood out, the ladder match for the NXT tag titles. That match, dude, I was like,
God damn it, Porsche.
Oh, fuck.
Porsche said this in the live chat. Matt Riddle has peaks and valleys on his tights. God damn.
Bro. I'm sure he would say you have some peaks and valleys yourself. One word to describe the ladder match.
Epic. You asked for one word and I put a chip in my mouth.
It's weird how they camouflage this match, in my opinion, because there were some spots that told a good story without you getting cringy. Like, there's so many ladder matches. For example, the match that's on our match of the year list already, where they're diving 15, 20,000 feet off the ground to kill somebody. I liked a lot of the smaller setups where, like, the ladder was on the middle rope and somebody bounced off it. The old Young Buck spot where one picks it up and the other one does something off of it.
Yeah.
It looks like it hurts, but it doesn't look like it's gonna like break you. As far as like other matches where spots like that in indie wrestling, you see a spot like that and one split second difference or one little thing goes wrong and you're Joey Mercury from Eminem, you know. And I like that there was, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, the hardcoreness was at like a 7.5 or an 8.
Yeah.
But even at that, they told enough of a story where the whole match felt like a complete package.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I think that's why I hold it so high in regard as opposed to, for example, the women's match, which I didn't watch.
I watched it. It was good. It was probably the weakest match of the night.
And I don't think it's the fault of Shayna. Shayna's been consistent. Right now, she might be the most consistent women's wrestler in all the WWE company.
Shayna's been consistent. Shayna's booking has been consistent. But let me throw a criticism here. Shayna's match formula of what happens has been too consistent. You know,
like
we always have the other two, you know, Tweedledee and Tweedledum come out, get involved, and
I think she's missing the opponent. Like Asuka. Okay. Like, Asuka was consistent, but her match with Bayley at Takeover Dallas, ooh. Bayley in NXT was consistent, but her matches against Sasha, ooh. Yeah. So when you have those takeovers in your backlog, you need to find someone that Shayna cannot have a good match with, but a great match with. And I don't think she's had great matches. She's had good matches.
Yeah.
She's had consistent matches. I can't sit here, especially notwithstanding the match that I didn't see from this last takeover, but I've seen enough of Shayna matches
to know what's going to happen.
And they're good. I can't say none of them are bad, but there isn't anything that breaks her to the next level where we need to keep an eye on what the fuck she's doing.
She's going to weather the storm in the match, get beat up a little bit, then do the stomp on the arm thing, and then now she's in control. She acts cocky, and she beats up her opponent more than her opponent needs to, doesn't make the pin. Then she gets in trouble, and then Tweedledee and Tweedledum come out, and then there's some sort of shenanigans at the end until Kirifuda clutch, and nobody can get out until they tap or they pass out.
If she makes it to the main roster right now, she'll be forgotten in about 6 months. She's a great technician. She's a good mechanic. But there isn't anything that she's shown in these matches that shows that she's a star. Okay. Now, you put her in a microphone, you give her a promo, hell, you have her face-to-face with somebody selling a match to make you want to watch it, you're probably gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But she just needs. I don't know what's missing. I honestly don't know what's missing. Honestly, she looks better without the other two because the other two are like, if Ronda's here and Shayna's here, Duke and Shafir are like,
yeah.
So she looks better on her own.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is that she's missing.
I don't know either. There is something that she lacks. I don't know what it is yet. I can't put my finger quite on.
Is it the fact she doesn't have sex appeal? Mostly all these other girls, Vanessa Bourne, Aaliyah, Asuka, you see on Io Shirai, those pictures of Io that are floating around the internet. But you don't see Shayna that way.
Io's a good example because Io does have sex appeal, and Io is a good wrestler, but it's not lack of sex appeal that make me go, yeah, Io. It's like, all right, I don't think Io is going to get booked, correctly on this. And, and the fact that I think that they're going to treat Io the same way they treated Asuka, the same way they treated Kairi. I don't think that they're going to, that WWE, even going up to the main roster, that they're going to treat her any different. So there's different reasoning despite the fact that she has sex appeal. I don't think it's just sex appeal or lack thereof that's holding back Shayna. I don't think that's what it is. Because you could be a badass and not have sex appeal.
Does she need like the face breaker moment from Becky for her to be like, oh shit, she took that?
Perhaps.
Okay. Like
something. See, okay, you know what? I want to compare her to somebody a little bit different. You might think that this is out of the thin blue.
Go for it.
Kong. You want to talk about Kong not having sex appeal? Like, okay, fine. Some people dig it, some people don't. Whatever.
Some people find her sexy.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be like, hey, what's up? But that's me. Okay. But generally speaking, that's not what you think of when you think of Awesome Kong. But she was over as fuck. Why? Because she was so badass, and had
different. You line her up in front of a row of bikini models. Yeah.
Yeah,
especially her and ODB and TNA.
Even now, if you brought her back and you lined her up next to Nia, people are like, Nia, Kong,
Yeah.
But like, there's something about Kong. There's something about her where she's fucking badass, and that is the aura. There's some sort of mystique, and maybe it comes from all the time that she had in TNA, all the epic matches that she had with a good opponent in Gail Kim. Maybe that's what it is, and maybe that's what Shane is missing. Maybe it is a good long feud where she gets bested.
Because she's had good stories. I mean, her story with freaking Kairi back and forth, even through Evolution, that was good. Was it her and Ember Moon before Ember went up to the main roster?
Right.
There were good feuds. There were good stories. Yeah. They were consistent, but there was something.
No, they weren't consistent. The reason why I'm saying they're not consistent isn't the fact that the storyline and the angles in the storyline weren't good. They were good, but it's like, Asuka, okay, let's move on. Ember, okay, let's move on. Whoever else, let's move on. Okay, whoever. And she's like rolling through all these people where she has like a month or two program and then done. We don't have this like solid back and forth again, like Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, fucking 3-4 year long feud, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but Shayna's missing something. All right, are we good on Shayna?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Because I want to backtrack here a little bit. Hector says rumor has it that Baszler and Riddle are going to get called up soon. You know what? I don't give a shit. The reason why I don't give a shit is because you go to the main roster, that's the end of your career.
You don't need people getting called up to the main roster. We need talents like Tyler Breeze to come back to where they were relevant.
Yeah.
Tyler versus Velveteen.
Can I backtrack even more?
Go.
So, I just had to bring up what Hector said there.
Hey, your opinion don't matter tonight. You need to come here.
Did you make a decision from last week's match of the week?
They're both on there, mofos. Both of them. Double or nothing.
Both of them.
All
right. So, match of the week candidate. It was a front runner for my pick. It may still be. You kind of mentioned it, then you blew right through the ladder match. You talked about the ladder match. I didn't get to talk about the ladder match. I fucking love the ladder match. One thing that you said in between there is that it wasn't completely cringy. Oh my God, people are dying.
Except the part where O'Reilly killed.
Right. Well, which people need to die in a ladder match. It needs to happen. But
a person, not people.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be overly killing, like it needs to be an electric chair, not an atomic bomb, right? But
the black guys lived in this one.
Yay! But fuck, that's fucked up.
We're gonna do racist bingo again this week. If we get that center square.
But one thing you brought up that I really liked about it is they're doing different stuff with the ladder that you don't typically see. I didn't feel like this was a paint by numbers, cookie cutter WWE style ladder match.
Especially we had Money in the Bank, 2 weeks ago?
Exactly. They did different stuff and they did different things with the ladders, and I was involved the entire time. The only reason why I wasn't sure if we were going to all be in agreement, assuming that Arnold and or Hector and or whoever else came on the show, the thing that I was afraid of that we won't be in agreement on this match would be the shenanigans with the other Forgotten Son.
Oh, we thought we had that coming.
I loved it. I loved that teamwork between the three other teams. You know what? Fuck that guy. And they beat the fucking shit out of him.
And then Terminator oozed back together and beat the shit out of everybody again.
Yeah, I love that storytelling. I love that spot. I love that they just disseminated him and made him a non-factor because it was going to be obvious that it was going to be him running in because it was a 3-man team versus, other 2-man teams.
Give me Riker versus Riddle right now.
Okay, cool.
They established that guy. Oh, he's been like in the shadows this entire time on HD television. Now you made us want to watch him beat the shit out of more people.
Yeah.
And Riddle could take a licking.
Yeah. So I really liked it, and I really liked that piece of storytelling. I was afraid I'm going to be like, there were shenanigans in the match, so I don't like shenanigans. So no DQ. Of course there's going to be shenanigans. You have to do something to account for the shenanigans, and this was the perfect way to do it. It wasn't one guy, one off, I'm going to ruin your spot, and then run away, and then ultimately the end of the match had nothing to do with it. No, it was all three of the other teams got involved to eliminate the one threat, and I fucking loved it. Mm-hmm. So there, I said my piece about that match. Mm-hmm. You were trying to bring up Velveteen versus what's his name, Tyler.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I liked it. It was good.
Very sports entertaining.
Very sports entertaining. That's not a bad thing when it comes from these two.
When it's done right, basically.
It's one of the better matches that I've seen Tyler in. I know when we were sitting here last week, we were sitting at your place, and we were talking about the best matches in NXT TakeOver history. I was sitting there really trying to reach and rack my brain for a badass fucking TakeOver match with Tyler in it, because I know Tyler was such a big deal.
I think the 4-way against Tyson Kidd and Sami Zayn and was it Neville? Or was it somebody?
Fuck it, why not? Yeah, sure, Neville.
Maybe.
Whoever.
Or Tyler was just hitting money shots on everybody at one point in the match. And you're like, whoa, I forgot. I shouldn't count that guy out.
Or the supermodel kicks and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. But I felt like Tyler never got as much love as he should. But then I try to figure out a way, how will we justify him getting more love than what I think he's getting currently? And I couldn't think of a reason. But this match, I could give a little bit of love Tyler's way. Is it a match of the week candidate for me? No. It's not the match of the night. Not for me.
It doesn't bring the card. It doesn't bring that match does not bring the rest of the card down.
It does not. It keeps it solid. The only match I think that brought the card down, and even that's a stretch, is the women's match. But that was still a good match.
Yeah. So
this is just
passable by takeover standards, even
better than passable.
Even as far as the women. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you know?
Man. Why I mentioned earlier that they need to send guys in NXT or keep them in NXT instead of sending them up to the main roster if you don't have like a roadmap of where they're going. I sure hope Velveteen don't go anywhere near the main roster. I'm not sure if Fox. Well, I take it back. I think Fox might want a character like him on their show on SmackDown on Fridays, but I don't know if SmackDown's writers will know what the fuck to do with him. You know, you know what the problem is? The last thing I want is for Gargano, for Ciampa, for Cole, for Velveteen, for Riddle to be running around for that 24/7 title. That's the one thing right now that's got me so perplexed on this whole company, you know? But those two, and it was nice, because we were supposed to get Velveteen against Dijakovic, but Dijakovic got hurt. So they moved. They rushed up Tyler Breeze there, which was nice happenstance because it's 25th Takeover. So you want to show that Tyler's been around the block. Like an established.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's weird to say this phrase. Established NXT talent. Because there's only been 5 years that we've had these takeovers.
But NXT legend.
Yeah. But it fit. It worked. It went along well in the card. And I mean, I didn't skip it. I was watching it. And there was points where I was leaning in, and then the payoff at the end, just like living infamy, Velveteen Dream. The selfie of respect. It was good. It was a nice little bow.
I'll let you in on a little secret though. I bought it. I thought Tyler was winning it.
Really?
Halfway through the match, I was like, this motherfucker's gonna do it. He's actually gonna win. Holy shit.
They got you.
They got me hurt. They got me. I got hooked. They got me, man. I thought Tyler was winning it. I thought he was.
Talk to me about the main event.
This is my other match of the week pick. I'm not sure if this is the match of the night, or if the opener is the match of the night, or if the latter match is the match of the night. But I really, 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 really liked it. And I think that shouldn't come as any surprise considering the raging boners that I've always had for Gargano-Ciampa matches. Mm-hmm. And Gargano and Adam Cole isn't any different. Even though I did get spoiled on the ending, I still was enjoying watching it all unfold in front of me. There was times when I forgot that this is just their second match, and it felt like it was like their 7th in the heat of the match. And I was like, oh shit, no, this is just their second match. I think maybe because their first match was a 2 out of 3 falls.
Exactly.
But I still liked it. I probably did not like it as much as I was enamored with all of the fucking Gargano-Ciampa matches.
You liked it, but you weren't in love.
I was in love at times.
At times.
I was in lust.
There you
match,
go.
Okay, I lusted after this match, but I don't know if I was going to put a ring on it. But I wanted to bang it.
Not take it home to mother, but take it to your house.
Take it home.
Yeah.
Didn't say which home.
Yeah. Man, I think as the
Daniel, welcome. Thank you for joining us in the live chat.
Maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the match, I don't know what happened. I just lost interest.
Why?
I don't know. I think, you know what? I did not watch this live. You sent a text in our group, 4 Horsemen group.
Yeah.
Like at 8 something or 9 o'clock. It's like, yeah, Takeover just happened. I was like, oh shit. I just slept through most of Saturday afternoon. I forgot Takeover was tonight. And so I watched it, and I think I did get spoiled on this match. So by then, I kind of just wanted to see the end. You know, part of that might be because I still haven't been I still haven't gotten restitution for why Gargano suddenly went from like babyface to the heel, and then all of a sudden whip right back to babyface again. It still feels a little off to me.
Right.
It still feels a little off to me. So what I knew was that Cole won it. I just wanted to go right to the end, and like maybe 5 minutes in, I was like, okay, yeah. And I saw a little timer, it's like 27 minutes to go. I was like, nah.
That's a shame because the match was really good.
So which is your match of the night?
Well, after talking it over, because I always need to talk it over, talk it out a little bit. Match of the night, I'm going to go with the ladder match.
Okay.
Ladder tag team match. By the way, I think you mentioned it, but maybe this needs a little bit of reiterating. Can we get a thumbs up for the fucking Street Profits winning the tag team championships? I think you mentioned it. But like, yeah, hell yeah. Street Profits. Fuck yeah. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that happened. I'm happy for Angelo Dawkins. Because he's been passed around so many tag teams and got debuted on NXT and then shoved back down to Performance Center.
He must have wrestling hepatitis from being passed around so much. But he finally found a fit. Every lock's got a key, man. And this actually feels like...
Bacon! Foreman! Welcome! They're in the chat. Holy shit. They never watch us.
This is not the Disney Channel. I'm so glad that Dawkins is actually this is the recipe for that made the Attitude Era successful. Dawson in this team is himself turned up to like 19. Because that's just,
go that high,
because that's just him. If you see him out in the hood, out in the street, out doing his own thing, like chilling when he's not on the clock, I picture Angelo being the same freaking way. You know, so he's not playing a character, he's just being himself and just letting it go and having it bounce off somebody with not to like slight Angelo,
Montez,
but Montez is like
he has more character.
Oh yeah. Again, Angelo's on consignment, but he's not borrowing as much as fucking. He's borrowing a little bit from one guy. Fucking Roddy's like slurping up everybody at this point. Shit, you know. Oh man, you know what? I'm still trying to figure out what my match of the night is because I was expecting a fun ladder match, not a deadly ladder match. I was expecting a fun ladder match, but I was not expecting that opener we got with Riddle and Strong.
Right.
So maybe by that much, I might have to say the opener was my match of the night. My match of the week, we'll get there.
She said we just finished watching Disney World videos.
All right. Don't go to Epcot.
All right. Daniel says NXT is just something to keep hardcore fans and smart for totally walking away from the WWE. Because even when Vince dies, Steph will still control Triple H, and she's way too corporate. Okay. Chris probably rates it low because the majority of it was predictable, and the main event yet again was a festival of false finishes just to make it run long. I guess he's talking about the main event.
Well, that's not the only match that had a shitload of false finishes to make it last longer. But I digress. Devil Vince and Husky the Pig.
All right.
Go.
Moving on. I wasn't too sure how I felt about Firefly Funhouse when it first came around. And I'm coming around to it because they're doing kind of funny stuff with it. I'm still looking forward to the day when the thing that I think is most problematic about the new character of Bray actually comes to light. And that is, what are you going to do when you're actually in the ring? And what entrance music is going to happen? How's he going to be dressed? Is he going to dress like Mr. Rogers, whatever? So, like, when I first saw this shit, I'm like, this is a funny vignette, but this isn't going to translate well to actual wrestling. At this point, I'm enjoying the vignettes more and more that I hope he doesn't ever wrestle again at this point. I'd rather see more of this fucking Family Funhouse Firefly shit. And that's it. At this point, I don't want to see him in the ring with the fucking Mr. Rogers sweater vest coming down with the, we're really glad that you're
who this reminds me of? When you just said what you just said?
What?
Of another Mr. But I might be dating myself a little bit. Mr. Perfect.
What?
Home run on the first swing. 8-ball on the first try. You know, throwing the perfect pass, the hole-in-one, all these vignettes of like him hitting the dartboard right in the center on his first throw, spitting the gum, and like all these vignettes that made Mr. Perfect fucking Mr. Perfect. That you didn't want to watch him wrestle for a while because I want to see what else can this motherfucker do. And now I'm at this 20-something years later with Bray Wyatt. Just when some people might have thought that this promo might have jumped the shark, this actually like sealed the deal for me. Like that,
I'm the exact same way.
I don't think this. Oh hell no!
I don't
quite
think
the opposite.
This promo probably brought me around to where all those apprehensions that I have, I've ignored and I don't care about and I forgot. And not until right now that I'm sitting here talking to you about it have I even remembered. Oh yeah, how the fuck are we gonna have Devil Vince out in the ring? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it made me forget all of my apprehensions. And I want more Devil Vince. I want more of the fucking Husky the Pig. I want more of the fucking Muscle Man dance. And
just like before, Bray Wyatt's pre-tape promos in the back with the light bulb, those came across a whole lot better than him trying to cut that stuff in the ring. Because there's an aura, there's an essence, there's a vibe when he has that.
There's production value.
Among other things, yeah. So, dude, I'm expecting another 2 months of this. What I'm curious is, who is his first opponent going to be?
I don't know.
I might have a guess because he's not the only one that's cutting promos in the back
Go
without
ahead.
having any matches yet.
Oh, hold that thought. I know that I have a reputation on this show. That's a false reputation.
Oh, no, it's not false. You bust your nut very early.
That's true. But no, the false reputation that Abel hates The Undertaker. Abel does not hate The Undertaker. I think The Undertaker should not have been booked the way he's been booked for the last half decade. Okay? I don't hate The Undertaker. Okay? I say all that to say this. I think part of what actually made The Undertaker was the fact that they didn't have The Undertaker going out there having feuds when he first started with your regular everyday, mid-card wrestler. They had him with the other weird guys that could bounce off of him in weird ways, like Kamala. Kamala, the Ugandan giant, the guy who was like this savage and didn't care. Like, if that guy is scared of The Undertaker, holy shit, he really is,
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. If Papa Shango is scared of The Undertaker, holy shit, this must be, if Ultimate Warrior, when the stuff started leaking down his face, that's him starting to move up the card. But Ultimate Warrior, crazy guy. Oh, he's scared of The Undertaker? Oh shit, The Undertaker. Like,
that was with Papa Shango.
No, that wasn't with Papa
But
Shango.
there
But
was,
he still
they
got
had
scared.
they still have like they were building up to Undertaker rivalry with Jake. It's
eventually it got to the point where it worked, where he was doing that shit with Hogan.
And Hogan was scared.
And Hogan was scared.
He beat Hogan in his first match.
Hogan was scared.
Yeah.
If Hogan was scared, yeah, you gotta be scared. So that's why it worked. And I don't know if they treated The Undertaker the same way they treated him in like WrestleMania matches 15 through 22. The same way as they did at the first 1 to 15, like that booking there was just, hey, let's see who he can beat now, and that's it. And that's kind of what. Just trying to bring this back around to Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt, just the same as Shayna Baszler, needs that opponent that's gonna work. And sure, why not fucking what's his name? Alistair Dark.
Yeah. Bray versus Alistair would be interesting. That would be like that would be a huge mind fuck. I don't know if Raw or SmackDown would be viewers would be ready to handle that.
And like, who would get the best of that? Who's gonna job on there? I don't know. I probably want both of them to win, but I don't want both of them to meld into each other because since they're both dark characters, I kind of want Bray to be chaotic evil, but I want
weird because
Alistair to be like a lawful evil.
It's weird because they're actually the opposite sides of a coin that you would leave on the railroad tracks to get run over. Alistair flirts the line between darkness and light. Bray is just fucking both sides of that. So Alistair's in the middle of Bray juggling everything, kind of.
Okay.
So it kind of would work, but I don't want to see them enjoying each other's presence. Kind of.
Yeah.
Or turning them into this weird ass team.
Yeah.
Like fucking Ricochet and Alistair.
Like, okay, the Splash Brothers are like really fucking awesome.
And then you put in Kevin Durant.
And then you put in Kevin Durant, who's really fucking awesome.
Man, Toronto better win tonight.
Oh, I know. But like when you put them together, there's friction. Like they don't really like each other. They haven't really congealed as a team. They're still beating everybody because of the fucking Kevin Durant and the Splash Brothers.
Yeah.
But at some point, like there's division in the locker room. I want that division to still be there when it comes to Bray and Aleister Black.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want them to be the same team.
So even though WWE thinks that they're not in direct competition,
Porsche, I can't take Aleister Black seriously when he goes goo goo gaga over his kitties on Instagram.
Oh, I love Aleister Black when fucking Zelina's taking a selfie, Xavier's trying to get some, and Aleister just comes out creeping from the side like, So he's redeemable. So we've got competition, man. It's not necessarily the Monday Night Wars, but WWE and AEW are going head to head.
What? No, they're not.
Saturday, August 31st. it was announced last weekend in Vegas. AEW is going to have their show All Out back in Sears Center, the same place where they had All In.
All right. So
that same day, WWE presents NXT Takeover UK in Cardiff, Wales.
Oh.
So it leads you to believe that WWE thinks AEW's competition is NXT. Because again, main roster sports entertainment.
Right.
NXT is more of that wrestling, that pro wrestling. The AEW pro wrestling.
The Mark shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you think WWE did that on purpose and it wasn't just a calendar snafu?
AEW announced it first.
Mm.
They've been that was rumored since last year when All In was over with, that they would go back for All In 2, which this technically would be.
All right.
They haven't been building up to anything on NXT UK television to lead us to believe that a takeover is coming anytime soon up until this announcement was done.
And New Japan is having a show on the same day.
Yes. They are having at Royal Albert Hall their first ever independent New Japan show. I think they've gone there with Ring of Honor a couple of times in the last couple of years, but this is their first tentpole NJPW show there. Yeah.
All right.
So everybody's getting their hands in.
So AEW,
Mm-hmm.
NXT UK,
Mm-hmm.
New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
What are you watching on that day?
Depending on next week, I might be in Chicago for All Out.
Why?
But Takeover is actually going to air at 2:00 in the afternoon our time, so I can watch that on the way to Chicago, and then the next day.
Okay. Yeah. All right, bitch. You're not making this fun. If you had to choose between the three,
If I had to choose between the three, it would easily be Takeover UK third, probably New Japan a close second. Because I would like to, because I've never seen any of the War of the Worlds shows that they have over in the UK with Ring of Honor and New Japan. So I don't know how the British crowds react to New Japan talent. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. But definitely, dude, Adam Page against Chris Jericho for the first ever championship. Oh, I'm watching All Out. If I don't get tickets to All Out, watching it at my apartment, y'all want the address, y'all come, bring drugs. Bring alcohol. Bring alcohol. I did not mean bring drugs. Or bring pizza. We'll make room for you. If I don't go. And we can just watch everything. All of it. Everything. Watch everything. Saturday morning, New Japan. Saturday afternoon, UK. Saturday night, AEW. Next morning, we drink a lot of Pedialyte. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
all right.
What about you? In order. 1, 2, 3. What are you watching? Assuming you had capabilities to watch everything live.
Number 3.
And it's
New Japan.
oh,
Number 3.
Okay.
NXT UK number 2.
Have you been watching NXT UK? Walter? Imperium?
No, just the last time you showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it's funny because it makes it sound like I don't like New Japan, but I do. But like as far as consistent watching, I don't consistently watch it until you tell me, hey, you need to watch this. And so like I always see like the best curated by my friend Joseph. You know, he curates New Japan for me, but like it's not appointment viewing for me ever, you know, but that's just how it is.
You say that with the
except for Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom, I'll make an effort to make sure that I watch it the next morning or the next day.
So
I'm not waking up at 2:00 in the morning watching all the way to 5 a.m. for Wrestle Kingdom. Fuck that.
So you've said number 3 and number 2, which leaves number 1 obvious.
AEW.
Do they have your attention to where you're watching every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, wherever this weekly show comes out?
Yes, they have my attention right now. If they start it today, which I know they're not, they're waiting a few months to get all their ducks in a row. But if they start it today, I'd watch whatever day of the week it is that they're doing their shit. If it's on Wednesday, guess what? We're not recording on Wednesdays anymore. You know? So
we have to work on it.
Yeah, and we're going to have to figure out a different day to do this.
Priority viewing. You only have 2 hours of the day. Are you watching Raw, SmackDown, or AEW weekly?
Like if it's all on the same day?
No, you have 2 hours a week to watch wrestling. What are you watching?
Oh.
AEW, Raw, or SmackDown? You've been to Raw.
AEW.
Oh, That's on tape. We're going to come back to this in 6 months. It helps you that there's already another person down the hall over there that's already made it clear that that's probably her priority AEW also.
Yeah.
So you've got somebody to hook the IV for you.
She even says in the live chat.
And keep it clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what it is now, because right now, WWE main roster is hot garbage. AEW is new and interesting. I mean, that can change because at some point, 2004, 2003, I was all about, you know what, if you put my feet to the fire and you said choose between watching 2 hours of WWE or watching 2 hours of TNA, I would have told you TNA. But if you asked me in 2010 or 2011, Raw, SmackDown, or TNA, I would be like, SmackDown. You know? No, Raw. 2013, I would have said SmackDown.
Got you.
Yeah.
Something else happened.
What? Am I the only fat ass going to eat these Oreos?
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to help you out there.
All right.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you just have a reveal?
Yeah.
You son of
It's
bitch.
a boy.
You fucking son of a bitch.
The Super J Cup Finals happened last night / this morning, depending what part of the globe you live on. Yours truly, his curator, had to get here on time so I could squeeze in a couple of appetizers in his already full menu.
True.
Tell them about the match you saw first.
What was his name?
Juice Robinson.
That's right. I couldn't remember his name. I kept wanting to call him PJ Tucker or something, but I know that was wrong. No, because that was his name in it. No, it wasn't his name.
CJ Parker.
CJ Parker. CJ Parker versus.
For you watching, I
Dean
bet you were
Ambrose.
talking. I thought you was going to say Dean Ambrose. But
Yeah,
you just did say
versus
Dean Ambrose.
No, it was Moxley versus Juice. United States title of Japan.
Well, since you put it that way, it's thanks.
It's the United States title of Japan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, damn good match. I really liked it. Match of the week candidate. I was entertained. I was sports entertained. There was a couple of really cringy spots that were cringy, not in a good way. And I was like, ooh, we're going to have to talk about that.
And we're about to, so go for it.
Man, when Juice jumped off of the little overhead truss and he did a forward flip to do like a senton onto Moxley, and Moxley missed, and all the young boys missed, and he just Juice landed straight on his booty hole.
Not even booty, the bottom of his back.
Oh. My coccyx. Like, ooh, that was not pretty and not in a good way. And the other thing that bothered me about that spot was the fact
too soon in the match to do that spot. Maybe later. Really?
No, that's not my gripe. That can be a gripe. That could be your gripe.
Mm-hmm.
My gripe was the young boys.
Young Lions.
Being young Lions, whatever. They're also getting involved in the spot. Like, I mean, I get it that they're always out there, and I understand that the lore of them is that they're trainees and they're out there, but for this particular match, well, hell, for any match, I don't think a high spot should result in the young Lions taking the bumps. And they were involved in it so much where they seemed like, hey, like if the spot went right, if Juice didn't miss, then it was like, okay, he bowled over Moxley, and all these guys that shouldn't be involved, shouldn't be in the match, shouldn't be trying to protect Moxley or anybody else for that matter. It was even more egregious the fact that it was Moxley. It was his first fucking match back. They shouldn't have been showing him that much respect because all the young Lions are all about respect and stuff, training in the dojo and this and that. Like,
Which John Moxley was the week before this match happened.
Yeah, I didn't like that spot. I didn't like that spot if it got pulled off right, and it even on top of that, it didn't get pulled off.
It didn't get pulled off. Yeah, that was nasty.
But you were saying that it was too early in the match. Go.
Until you see the rest of the shit that happened in this match. God damn. Dean tried to break the table. It didn't break.
Nope.
So Dean, the table like went to the side.
Moxley.
Table went to the side. Moxley did an overhead suplex, which I didn't know how it was going to work. Juice, which makes me appreciate now how far Juice Robinson has come.
Mm-hmm.
He went through some of that table. That leg went through the table, and he immediately started selling the knee.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if a seasoned guy would have been that quick on the mental draw to put 2 and 2 together to cover up what could have been another bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
Another bad spot was when fucking they leaned the table on, and Ambrose is sitting there. He's not standing up leaning against it. He's sitting there. And Juice, I guess this is the theme of the night. Everybody had so much adrenaline. He just went floop for that cannonball and went like completely missed Dean entirely.
Yeah.
And went through the top of the table, which again, those jab tables don't break. And then he just slid back down like boom, dunk. And Mossy said, fucking Juice said, bitch, this table gonna break. Power bomb Dean straight up through that table, and he actually got some cuts.
He did.
On the side. He had some wear for though.
That brings me to another gripe that I had about the match.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just because I don't watch any of the stuff. You try to explain to me some of this backstory. I'm like, okay, I get it. But it was Moxley's first match since debuting on the independent scene. His first match is a title match? His first match is no DQ? What the fuck? And in the first match, he wins it? Against, okay, I get it that they try to play up storyline from back when they were in FCW. They know each other. They wrestled before, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Nah, his first match back should have been with either somebody way lower on the card and it be exhibition, not title, or with somebody as this being a special attraction, like him versus, I don't know, somebody like even higher up, but it was
Suzuki.
It was Suzuki. Woo-hoo! But for nothing. Like, hey, this guy's back, let's have a match. No, instead it was the guy in the middle of the card trying to start an actual feud that's rekindled from before when nobody saw anything. And it was for the title, and it's no DQ? Like, holy shit. Like, no, that was too much. Too much to give to even Moxley right from the get-go.
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
Special attraction match sounds like you only have him one night only. That sounds like Jushin Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze from Takeover in Brooklyn. This motherfucker signed a contract with them, independent from AEW. So this motherfucker's doing playing both sides of the globe here.
I mean, I guess so.
And it could be a pilot to see if it works. Then Omega and the Young Bucks can also go back and keep playing both sides of the fence and get both sides of the money. So when you've got a guy on contract that just got 1 million views on his podcast with Jericho in 24 hours, less than 24 hours, who had record downloads of Busted Open talking about the night after AEW in record time. His shirt already is the highest selling merchandise shirt ever in Pro Wrestling Tees. Let me just repeat that. Ever on Pro Wrestling Tees. And it's just been on sale. You don't throw that away for something that doesn't have any consequence. If you have him on your roster and what's your favorite saying that people that the TNA didn't succeed? They didn't strike when the iron was hot. Right now, John Moxley is fucking molten lava.
All right.
You go in, all in. Yeah, on John Moxley. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, okay.
I would go one step further.
I see your argument, but you could be wrong.
I could be. But at least I'm trying a devil's advocate.
I see your argument.
Devil's advocate.
And it's valid.
I expect him to be in Dallas in the G1 Climax tournament. I'd ride this motherfucker to the ground or to the sky, one way or the other. Mm-hmm. Because that's when is the last time anyone in the world of professional wrestling has cared about Dean Ambrose the way people care right now about John Moxley?
Good point. Can I say a few,
rebuttal?
few nice things? Now, no, I'm not rebutting your thing.
Okay.
You said what you said. Cool. Two different opinions here. Cool. Get it. But let me say some nice things. How many times as we were sitting here watching that match did I say, never seen Dean Ambrose do that?
Or that.
4?
5.
4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
That was nice. I liked it. Seeing him do, fucking submission moves and counter wrestling.
He's a fan of the Japanese strong style. He's been Japanese of FMW and All Japan and stuff like that. So this isn't a guy that's just there for a paycheck. He understands the heritage. He respects all that stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, he even bowed to the audience after the match was over, dude.
He was bowing to Red Shoes to mock him.
That too. But still, how many American wrestlers that go over there do that? Whether it's a joke or serious. You know what I mean? Okay.
Well, but what I was saying is that his style has changed a little bit to accommodate this style of wrestling, which either A, that means WWE was indeed holding his talent back, or B, he's making a very earnest effort to learn a new style because he wasn't allowed to do it in the WWE.
Or C, this is the Jon Moxley from CZW, from Dragon Gate, that we never got to see. I've never seen a Jon Moxley. All I've seen is Dean Ambrose. So I can't sit here and I can easily sit here and say this is the best match Juice Robinson has had in New Japan. I can't say this is the best match Jon Moxley's ever had because this is the only match I've seen of Jon Moxley.
I have seen other matches of Jon Moxley back from CZW, but the ones that I've seen haven't been like this, where he's doing technical wrestling and doing stuff. It's been the fucking barbed wire, blood, guts, thumbtacks, fucking staplers and putting a saw blade through your cheek shit. And I didn't necessarily like that. So when I was like, he's that's the guy that's in the show. Well, okay. I still like the Shield. I'm glad he's not doing that shit anymore. So my second taste now of Jon Moxley is a little bit different than the first taste. First taste, I didn't really like him. Then as Dean, I was like, okay, well, he got rid of the hardcore wrestling because you have to in the WWE, and now he's sports entertaining, and that's it. Like I didn't even see him like on the level of most NXT guys, as far as wrestling ability goes, but he showed me a few things. I mean, he's no fucking Gargano. He's no Ibushi, but like he's doing a little bit more than what I thought he'd be doing.
And I think the waves are starting to get high enough to surf on with New Japan. We had this years ago.
Scott, what's up, brother?
We had this years ago.
He wants to know what type of Oreos we have here.
He's too cheap for the double stuff, bro.
It's the regular, but we got a family size.
I've been making my own double stuff.
You pinche gordito here.
We had this a couple of years ago when Kenny Omega and Michael Elgin debuted the first ever ladder match in New Japan history. We had this last year with Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. I think this match with Moxley and Robinson kind of solidified for me. And again, not in a negative. I think Japanese wrestling fans are welcome to embracing more sports entertaining in their wrestling.
Fair.
Because they've had that strong style forever, which distinguishes them. But the problem that All Elite could also have is that if you only focus on one side of the Rubik's Cube, you can get burnt out sooner or later. If not the wrestlers physically, the fans mentally. So the fact that they're embracing Juice Robinson hitting the shit beat out of him and selling all these punches, and Jericho grabbing the camera and flipping off the fans and introducing American style of wrestling, like the hardcore stuff with the tables. I think New Japan's only done stuff with tables like maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
Most of the time it's just been yay, boo, yay, boo, and then they all die. It's not like that strong style of wrestling, but they never added sports entertainment elements until recently. And I think now the Japanese fans, maybe they're getting a little bit more westernized on our style.
Okay.
Or they're trying to find a nice balance between the both instead of just oversaturating one side, which I think right now WWE focusing more on entertainment and for the kids,
Yeah.
so that all that stuff. I think the Japanese fans want a nice little balance of both, and I think we're getting there.
Okay. One of the biggest John Moxley fans that I personally know is in the live chat, and that's me, Bacon. Bacon loves John Moxley. So Bacon says this in the live chat.
Are you taking Moxley to Disney?
Moxley has been Moxley has gone back to pre-WWE Moxley. So I guess this is the same Moxley that we've seen before. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that's what you say, okay, I believe you. But from what I understood, the pre-WWE Moxley was just a hardcore wrestler, and that's it. But correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I'm kind of reading here.
In Dragon Gate, he was a little bit more like this, but I haven't seen any of his matches to verify that.
And then Arnold says this. But can Moxley do the Muscle Man dance?
He's a man. He's got muscles.
He's got muscles.
He's
now he's wearing those little booty shorts now. So
all black
booty shorts. Which, to be fair, I get it that all right, whatever. That's what he wants to wear and this and that. But to me, it seems like a step down in the evolution of a wrestler. What is that comic book that guy made about becoming a wrestler, and on the cover it has a kid sitting in the fans eating popcorn. Then the evolution of him is that him carrying ring gear, and then the next one is he has booty shorts, and then the next one is he actually has a championship title belt with real ring gear. That's what it seems like. He had better gear, even though it was just pants and WWE pants and a fucking wife beater.
He's saving his yen, man.
And now he went down to just booty shorts. I don't know. It just seems more indie, not in a good way. Indie. Whatever.
Transition.
In CZW, he was cutting his head open with the jigsaw. That's according to Daniel Price. Nicole says he was insane and would do anything. Okay. But is he what we saw in the Juice Robinson match? That's my question. I liked what I saw in the Juice Robinson match. He was WWE, but more than just a WWE moveset. I don't want to see the insane shit. I don't want to see the fucking hardcore shit.
I think he already has a character now in New Japan. Chris Jericho might not be the freaking Slipknot Chris Jericho that he's in New Japan, but he's a little extension of himself. I like this Death Rider character that they've given him, kind of like a Ghost Rider, kind of. I'm digging that's what he is when he's in Japan.
Okay,
but my match of the week pick: Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. Yeah,
I don't know, something like
Shingo.
It's a pinche way Shingo.
Takagi. There we go. Shingo Takagi. Rather than me try to defend myself on my pick,
he forgot his luggage and borrowed a pair of Suzuki shorts.
Those are Sasha's. They just don't know it yet.
Woo! Yeah.
Rather than me defend this pick, I want you to tell them why this isn't your match of the week pick, because you were making some sexual sounds in this room. A lot of clapping, a lot of face making, a lot of woo when this match was going on. So look in the camera and tell them why this is not your match of the week pick.
Because this is my match of the week pick.
Oh, shit!
What is wrong with you?
Oh,
I never said that this wasn't one of my pick. You son of a bitch! It is my pick. I watched it and holy fuck, you're right. I sat here making orgasmic sounds to this match. Yes, it's my pick. Of course, it's my pick.
Here's how good it was. Halfway through, my paranormal senses kicked in.
Okay.
Because I felt something going on in here.
All right.
And I did feel something.
Mm-hmm.
It was Randy. She started watching this to where I had to turn the laptop so that she could see it. And all y'all.
Yeah. This is my pick. This match was good. I don't know what else to say.
Talk about some of your favorite spots.
Oh God. The wheelbarrow powerbomb into the corner.
Thank God they have those whole pads.
He just picked that motherfucker up wheelbarrow style and whoop, just threw him, bam, right into the corner.
Here's one that I know Abel liked because he didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Ospreay was going to kick Shinji, Shingo. And then
Shingo.
Shingo, normally when they flip Ospreay up, he lands on his feet. Shingo flipped him so hard that he flipped and then he flat back bumped for him to hit the ropes and do a basement lariato.
Another one was when Shingo flipped him up to get him. I think it was like in the gory special. He tried to flip him up and get him in the gory special, and Ospreay flipped around, countered into the cutter.
Oh,
I thought that was the end of the match, but it wasn't the end of the fucking match.
No.
Match of the week pick, Ospreay. Yeah, Hector agrees.
Oh,
Yeah. He said, Daniel says, Takagi.
Takagi. There we go.
Takagi. Shingo. Shingo's easier. Shingo Bling. That's what I'm going to call him. Shingo Bling.
The name sounds like Shinji Ikari from Evangelion, so I was going to just start calling him Shinji for the rest of this segment. But Shingo, dude. And again, I can admit wholeheartedly, just like I made the complaint that there's so much WWE in a week, it's hard to watch 16 days worth in about a 23-day span of this whole Super Junior Cup tournament. So I've been missing out on a lot of these matches.
Okay.
Commentary, Kevin Kelly, please, my newest national treasure. 30 seconds, you already know what you're watching. Shinji's undefeated. Ospreay's got one loss. Shinji's 97-0 since he's joined Los Ingobernables. And Ospreay's trying to win this match against a guy that when you think you have him beat, he still beats you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. There's so many spots in the match, but if we were to talk about each one of them, we could be talking as long as the match was.
Hector, question. Who did it better, Breeze back to NXT or Ospreay back to the junior division? I didn't know Ospreay left the junior division, but I don't give a damn. Ospreay back to the junior division. Like, holy shit, this match was so good.
I don't have a nit to pick with the match. I might necessarily have a nit to pick on the decision of having Ospreay in the juniors because his match with Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom. More importantly, I think he opened up my eyes in New York in his match against Jeff Cobb for the never open weight and the IWGP other title. That there was two titles, ROH television title. I think Ospreay's not going to fit in the junior division anymore. I think he's ready for a heavyweight division. Ospreay was throwing out some stiff shit, man. That hidden blade, his new finisher isn't something, especially with a guy as man. Shinji's probably like a gram under the weight limit for for junior heavyweight.
Yeah,
you know, for him to get a guy like that up for the Stormbreaker, I think, and he did it to Cobb.
Yeah,
Cobb's a big bitch. I think. Not only do I think he's ready to be in the heavyweight division, it wouldn't surprise me if the main event for Wrestle Kingdom next year is the opening match we had this year. Ospreay as a heavyweight champion defending against Ibushi.
Okay.
You know, but any chance to see Ospreay, fuck it. So if we'll get into the breakdown of the match in a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
Ospreay. There was a question that I asked you through this match that you gave me an answer, but we're not sure 100% if the answer is correct. And the reason why I asked this is because, well, let me tell you what I asked. What else was it that Ospreay won throughout this year? Like, was it like what was it? It
was the never open weight title.
The never open weight,
yeah.
right?
Okay, he beat Ibushi for the never open weight in the open.
This win gave him the winner of the Super Juniors tournament, the whole shebang.
And
right? And what?
He will be wrestling Dragon Lee, the current junior heavyweight champion, this Saturday at Dominion for the title.
So I asked you all this because I want to ask you something else. Is there enough historical significance to tickle my pickle come the end of the year when we're talking about matches of the year? Because I'm notorious for being the story guy, the historical significance guy, and like the angles and the characters guy. Like, I'd rather have a match that like meant something but the in-ring was a 9, then having the match that didn't really mean anything, but the in-ring was a 10. So I asked you that in the middle of the match to know, okay, this is a very significant win on the New Japan calendar. New Japan Super Juniors, that's important. Not quite as important as the G1, but still super important for the junior heavyweights. So awesome. This is significant for that. Story, we got the story in the fact that it's a round robin tournament. That's what you get from New Japan. In the tournament, you had the guy that was undefeated who was on the come up, who just kind of showed up out of nowhere to the point where we don't even know how to pronounce his fucking name against a dude who he lost one match, but he might be able to do it. And god damn it, he done did it. So there's story, there's historical significance. The match was fucking badass.
Let me turn that against you.
No?
Is there enough historical significance now in either of the 3 match of the year candidates that we already have on the list that negate this match?
All right, so let's go back here. Let's rewind.
Right now,
All right.
AJ versus Seth, Universal title, Money in the Bank. That's our first match on our match of the year list. Is there historical significance in there?
There may not be, depending on how all this plays out with Seth. If Seth just loses it on Friday, the Money and Seth's reign was 2 months long, then probably not. But if Seth's reign just goes on for a long time and AJ is a watershed match in this year, yes. But it depends.
Cody versus Dustin from Double or Nothing.
Yes. The reason why is because fucking Double or Nothing. It was the first AEW pay-per-view. That's going to be AEW's Barely Legal, basically.
Apparently was supposed to be Dustin's last match until he put on this show.
And it's not.
Until he put on this show.
Yeah. And it was the beginning of them reuniting again. So, yes, a lot of story, probably historical significance. The next one.
Young Bucks, Lucha Bros, ladder match, AAA belts, same show. Historical significance.
Same show. Again, the AEW version of Barely Legal. So it's their first, actual branded thing. That's really about it. Other than the fact that it's a AAA, tag team belt, but it's the AAA tag team belt, whatever.
Unless they main event in the Garden in September.
Unless more shit springs off of there, but it's too early to tell on those.
So with that being said, and with Hector in the chat already saying that's his match of the week, what do you think?
Worship 666. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Questionable name, but whatever. Welcome.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I didn't want to do it.
So
I didn't want to do it.
Every single one of you that have complained for the past 5 months that we had 0, zilch, nada, the square root of jack matches on our match of the year list. Now we have 4.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, but it's a nice variation. You have your main roster WWE match that we weren't expecting. You have your Crash Course ladder match.
Yeah.
You have your heartfelt story with the Rhodes, and now you have what could be 2019 strong style epitome in Ospreay. Because I was gonna confront you with this question. If you were considering making your match of the week pick the ladder match from Takeover, was that ladder match better than Lucha Bros Young Bucks from All In, from Double or Nothing?
No. Yes. No. No.
That's why. So we might be knocking some of these matches out if there's another ladder match or another heartfelt match or another New Japan match, so that we don't have 47 when we get to December.
Right.
So I feel like this is a nice little eclectic mix we got so far of the 4.
Okay.
So we'll see how many more we add. I hope we take a break in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, we might fucking have 48 at the end of the year. We'll have to start cutting them out. So since we're on the topic, since you mentioned it earlier, let's knock this out real quick.
Abel will never pick a Jay White match. That's probably true.
And I was not expecting that Jay White roll-up on Hiroshi Tanahashi this morning either. I don't know how far they want to let that go. I don't even know if the Jay White rivalries right now matter because they took the belt off him so fast. I was expecting him to hold on to that belt for a good 6 to 9 months. He had that belt Wrestle Kingdom, right? He won it at Wrestle Kingdom against Okada,
I guess.
and then he lost it at freaking in New York. That's 3 months. He only had like 3 matches, like 2 matches. It just no. He won it the next day at fucking New Year's Day. I forget.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee versus Will Ospreay, Junior Heavyweight Championship this Saturday morning.
Okay.
Anticipation level.
This Saturday?
Yes,
that
Dominion.
Quick?
Dominion.
Damn, that turnaround's fast.
Dominion's been like the SummerSlam compared to Wrestle Kingdom, because Dominion's had Okada, Omega 4, had AJ Styles and Okada for the title.
All
There's
right.
been a lot of big matches at Dominion, and we're gonna get to some of them. For right now, anticipation: Dragon Lee, Ospreay.
I don't really know jack shit about Dragon Lee,
except that he broke Takahashi's neck.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. But okay. I'm so over on Ospreay right now that it's already at a 9, even knowing nothing about his opponent.
Do you have Ospreay riding the momentum? You got him winning?
You know what? Yeah. I know nothing about Dragon Lee, but it seemed as though that I've been surprised every time that I've seen as much shit that they're giving to Ospreay that they give to him. And I think I was trying to mention that myself when we were actually watching the match. That, oh, hey, how much shit are they giving him? What else is he winning? And I think they've been doing that, So, I don't know. It'd be interesting if they do it. Yeah.
I'm at about a 9 also. Dragon Lee, he idles at about 8,000 RPMs.
Right.
He's a fast motherfucker. That's another guy in G1 Supercard that opened my eyes a lot.
Yeah.
His stuff with Taiji Ishimori and Bandito.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm at about a 9 for this also. I'm not sure if Ospreay's winning this because, like I said earlier, he still can flippy dippy, but I think he's gotten enough mass on him. He looks bigger than he did 2-3 years ago.
He looks more built.
He looks more built than he did with King Ricochet when they were doing the mirror match.
True.
I think Ospreay would be a great addition to the G1 climax. Maybe have him contend for the heavyweight title. So I've got Dragon Lee winning this.
All right.
Again, because I just mentioned it, they announced a couple of days ago Hiromu Takahashi from Los Cinco Barnabas, the guy that carried the little plushy cat.
Oh yeah,
that guy. He's coming back from his neck injury that Dragon Lee gave him. So that's a built-in story right there. Dragon Lee and Hiromu continuing their rivalry and have Ospreay step up to the bigger belt.
Cool.
So I've got that going on. Tai Chi.
Who?
Tai Chi.
Wait.
That's
his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will be defending the never openweight title against Tomohiro Ishii. I haven't seen enough of Tai Chi for me to be. I'm indifferent on him. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I need to watch more of him, which is why I'm gonna pay close attention to this match. And it helps when you have the Stone Pitbull, man. Ishii, he's like that. You're gonna bust me out with something.
I'm sorry. Daniel says Bandito does great things for being dressed like a Mexican mystery stripper.
Or the old school Egyptian ones that have that mask that comes all the way down under your chin, like you can't see any skin whatsoever. The chick from Aladdin, yeah. So Tai Chi against Tomohiro Ishii for the never openweight title.
Okay, cool.
On paper, what's your anticipation?
8.
Wow, I'm guessing that's all Ishii.
Oh yeah, because I don't know too much about the other guy.
Yeah. I agree. I'm at an 8. Do I want Ishii as another guy that needs to be in the main title picture? He's been floating around that never wait for too long. I think he has enough of everything. He has charisma. Okay. He knows how to wrestle. He can sell like a motherfucker. And he's been in matches where you're like, oh shit, he beat that guy. He beat that guy. When he beat Omega last year at G1, I was like, okay, this guy's ready. I don't know why they keep floating him with these other titles, but I think he had the ROH television title last year also, and he was having some good matches down there. That's another guy. I think I'd let Tai Chi keep this and see if he can make it his own.
Daniel Price says Ishii will win.
Okay.
All right, so he's got Ishii. Fuck it, I'll go with the other guy because I don't want to agree with all you motherfuckers.
Rematch: Tetsuya Naito will challenge the champion Kota Ibushi, Intercontinental Championship.
Ooh,
the belt that Ishii beat Naito for at G1 Supercard.
Ooh,
What's your anticipation level?
9.
9.
Right from the get-go. I like both of these guys. Rematch sounds good. I'm sure the match will be bananas. 9.
If you were to ask me this 3 years ago, because 3 years ago I had a certain opinion of guys like Tetsuya Naito, this would probably be a 7 and all Ibushi.
What was it about Naito that you didn't like? Oh, well, okay, 10.
And this is both guys evenly. Naito, he had the charisma. He had everything in the ring. For some reason, for me, it just wasn't clicking. It probably was at the time. He was having that rivalry with Kazuchika Okada, and both of those guys, I was just like, I want to see Omega. I want to see Ibushi. I want to see Young Bucks. I want to see stuff that I recognize.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I recognize these guys, a lot more of these guys. So now I'm at a 10 for this match, and I've got Ibushi keeping this. I think it's too obvious right now to put Ibushi in the main event today, to put Ibushi in the main event title picture, especially after the interview that Omega gave after at StarCast after Double or Nothing. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
Question and answer session, and some guy asked straight up, like, "Hey, why didn't you sign Kota?" And he's like, I couldn't sign Kota. I didn't want to sign him. I didn't want to ask him because his dream has always been to be the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and I didn't want to take that away from him. And he's fucking sobbing, dude. He's crying while he's telling the story.
Wow.
This is his partner, dude. They trained together, Golden Lovers, before either one of them got big, you know? And then when they reunited, the whole story, dude, fuck. And even now, look, I'm already getting goosebumps just remembering all this shit. And he's like, now Kota Ibushi has a lifetime contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
What?
Let me repeat that. A lifetime contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Really?
So
exclusive?
Yes.
So he can't ever wrestle for anybody else?
Unless New Japan makes the decision to let him.
And it's a lifetime contract if you didn't plan on making him the champ.
And then giving it up that soon, though.
Although Vince did offer Brett a 20-year contract before the Montreal Screwjob. Yeah. So,
and I think he gave Orton a 10-year contract just because he was third generation.
Yeah.
So I think between Ibushi and Naito, let them bring up the prestige a little more. Not that it's low. But help out, but continue the prestige of that Intercontinental belt.
Yeah.
Let them go nuts on it. I've got Ibushi retaining this.
Okay. Sure, why not? No. Ibushi will lose it. That way it's 1-1.
Okay.
Then we'll get a rubber match eventually.
Main event.
I don't know if that will be their only third match ever, but whatever.
I think there's more.
There's for sure there has to be more.
Kazuchika Okada,
defending
the heavyweight championship.
All right,
against the Painmaker, Chris Jericho. Let that sink in for a second.
8.
The guy that just main evented Double or Nothing, who's the #1 contender for AEW's championship 2 weeks ago, is now about to contend for the New Japan Heavyweight Championship.
8. I wish I could be higher.
What's keeping you?
I feel like both of these guys. No, this is gonna.
Just say it. I think I know where you're going, and I might agree with you, but just let it out.
I feel like both of these guys need to have a little bit of charisma lent to them on consignment as well.
Wait, what? Even Jericho?
Even Jericho, just a little bit. Jericho doesn't need as much as Okada. Okada needs a lot more, but Jericho just a little bit. And but it's not. Maybe his charisma. No, you know what? I take that back.
Is he lacking charisma with this change that he's done?
No. He's not lacking charisma. It's Jericho. He's not like I'm stupid. He's not lacking charisma. He's not like
you beat me to it because I was thinking about it.
He's lacking In ring ability, there's something about Jericho. He's regressing. He's like Shayna's coming up, but he's dropping Shayna to like Shayna territory, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the same thing I keep getting accused of. Abel hates fucking The Undertaker. I don't hate The Undertaker. Then I'm sure like 3 years from now, when I keep saying this about Jericho over and over, Abel hates Jericho. No, I don't hate Jericho. I think it's that maybe he needs to start considering putting up the boots.
Let me throw in another option for you.
Okay.
I think what you're missing.
What am I missing?
Maybe New Japan isn't sports entertaining enough yet for Jericho to be there.
Maybe.
You,
I don't know. I
I
think it might be an age thing. I think it might be that
I think Jericho stuff in the last 3 years with Omega and fucking Omega. I don't think he wrestled Tanahashi. It was Tetsuya Naito.
He was good enough where he was able to hang with the younger guys, but the younger guys also had to slow some of this stuff down. Him versus Omega. And the first one, it was nothing but sports entertaining. The second match that he had at All In with Omega, it wasn't the best Omega match that I've seen.
Or Jericho.
Either one. And it was like, okay. And I think it might be because Jericho doesn't idle at enough 100 RPMs anymore as much as all the young kids do. So I don't want my idea of Jericho. My idea of Jericho has always been, he's the hip young guy that came over from WCW that WCW dropped the ball on, and boom, he's going to rock it in WWE. And he did. But he's not that kid anymore. It's not 2000, it's 2020 damn near now. So yeah, he's not that young guy anymore. So I don't want my memory of Jericho of being that new hot stuff to be tarnished by he should have hung out the boots.
I always thought that Omega, Ibushi, and as of right now, Ospreay are heavyweights that can go a cruiserweight pace or a junior heavyweight pace.
Okay.
Which is why I think Jericho might have had a little trouble with Omega this time around. Last time around, they leaned enough on a sports entertainment match. We weren't complaining. That shit was on our match of the year list.
Yeah.
I think Okada not having that sixth gear, I think this match could benefit both the guys. If last year's match between Jericho and Omega was a resume for Omega to show WWE that he can be sports entertaining, this match is Okada's chance to do the same thing. Especially if he can be sports entertaining enough with that 205 jokes against the villain Marty Scurll at All In last year. There's some potential for this match to actually, even though it's the main event, it's not supposed to steal the show, but I think it might, in our minds, it might steal the show for us compared to all these other matches that we've got predictions on. Okay. I'm at an 8. Just because I'm pretty confident that I'm going to see stuff between these two that not only I don't expect, but that I might end up liking at least. I want to like Okada more than I do now, but something's holding me back. Like Baszler, I'm waiting for something to break him out of that shell into the next level. And Jericho, if Jericho can get that out of Okada, he's the fucking wrestler of the year this year.
I think Abel has been oversaturated with WWE's content, their way of wrestling. Okay.
That could be a fair assessment. We've had that battle for a long time. Most of your television viewing is Raw, SmackDown. You dabble on NXT. I don't know how many times you scratched the surface of UK, but again, like you mentioned earlier, you don't watch the indie stuff, New Japan, AAW, unless I feed it to you.
Yeah. Daniel says, yep, Okada's more of the bruiser type, and then he gets gassed to make it convincing for Jericho not to look bad. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okada versus Jericho is a match of showmanship. And in a match of showmanship, I think Okada needs to borrow some showmanship from somebody.
I guess who's gonna give it to him?
I guess Jericho.
That's what he's got the abundance of.
Okay. I mean,
compared to the other categories,
he had a fucking 55-barrel drum of charisma, but it's starting to run low, man. Like eventually,
he's gonna have to co-sign some of that shit.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna need some consignment work done. You know, I mean, I don't know. Like this new term that we coined here.
It's not too late to rename this episode.
Yeah.
What match are you looking forward to the most out of Super Showdown?
Oh, Super Showdown's happening.
Help me out here. We're jumping over. We're back to the.
Ah.
We're back to reality.
Fuck! God damn it.
You busted a nut. Now you turn on the lights and realize cum is everywhere. I gotta clean all this shit up.
Fuck. Okay, so what's happening? We're getting Seth versus Brock, right? That's
Apparently.
happening, right? That should be happening.
What are you anticipating the most? What match do you want to see so bad that you will make the time to watch it?
Oh, Kofi versus Ziggler.
What's your anticipation level for that?
7.
And that's your highest one?
That's probably my highest one.
Why is it so high?
Because it's Kofi and Ziggler. That's why it's that high, because on paper, those two could go. I've seen them two go before. I think they've been matches of the week at some point in the past in our history. Why not? Because they seem like they would have put on a great match on SmackDown that nobody cared about. Yeah. Like, that could have happened.
For the Intercontinental title.
Or
for the U.S. title.
Or for nothing. You know? Like that,
or for blonde hair dye.
Yeah, that could have happened.
Maybe that's how Kofi won his accent.
I guess. I don't know. But so that's purely on paper. Storyline wise, I don't care about Ziggler's whining, bitching, and moaning that he didn't get the shot and it should have been May. And like
you know
dude,
what the
really,
weird thing is?
Like the reason why I hate it is because it should have been you, but not at the expense of Kofi. So
for a situation like this match, less really is more.
Uh-huh.
We're obviously getting this match because Kevin Owens didn't want to go overseas to have this rematch. Okay. So they brought in Ziggler.
Okay.
It's odd that might have been probably, me personally, the best promo Ziggler's ever cut.
Okay.
Because all he needed was that one segment, and that's it. I'm sold on the match. I'm at an 8. You know, this is the first time we get to talk about those promos and stuff from SmackDown we've missed because we've been cutting a lot of stuff that we didn't think was necessary. And that promo was so well done, dude. Those stand-up comedic lessons, learning the comedic time, learning timing in general, whether it's comedy or anything. When you do stuff like going out on comedy tours, you're going to pick up on stuff like that. And there's a new presence to Ziggler that I haven't seen before.
Cool.
Again, I agree with you too. Why at the expense of Kofi though? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm at an 8 for this match. Unfortunately, to him, I have Kofi winning this.
Yeah, Kofi's got to win.
Yeah.
Kofi should win. I really want Kofi to win. If Ziggler wins, I'm going to be disappointed, and that may be the first time that I would ever say that I'm disappointed that Ziggler won a major championship.
Is there any other match? Oh, so you got Kofi winning also?
Yeah, I got Kofi winning.
Okay, good. Is there any other match on this card that you will make time to watch?
Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to make time to watch all of it at some point, but I'm not like excited about it. But
anything else that's making you excited to watch?
No.
Wow.
Can you run back the card for me?
Here, let me help you. Let me give you a good one.
All right.
Andrade against Demon Finn for the Intercontinental title.
Andrade versus Gimmick Finn. Gotcha.
Don't piss off Bacon now because she's got a heavy now.
Yeah, I know. She does have a heavy. I can take for me now. It's okay. He's not as heavy as he used to be. No.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah. No.
And you say you don't like Jericho.
No.
Still like
the demon stuff with Finn. They've fucked it up so bad that it's a detractor for me when they're saying it's Demon Finn. Oh, whoopity-doo. It's Finn in fucking makeup and that's it because it doesn't really mean anything. Like it used to mean something, but it don't mean nothing now. So he's going to come out there and be the demon? Okay, great. So I guess he's going to win and that's it. Against who? Against Cien? Okay. Both of these guys.
It's not Cien.
Oh, it's not even Cien. It's Andrade. Oh, what a bunch of bullshit. Like, I loved Cien because I came around to him, and then you would drop that part, and you're doing nothing with him, and you're doing nothing with Finn, and it's like, let's just put them together. It's going to be an all right enough match, but it's going to be I don't give a shit match because nothing good's going to come of it as far as storyline and character development go.
I'm at a 5. I can't repeat anything you just said. Like
Nicole says, "I'm looking forward to seeing the demon." Of course, you say that, Nicole. Of course. I respect you.
They watered that down. Like, this is going to be a running theme from the night, and I'm going to hammer it home when we do the prediction for the whole show. The thing that's
there will be a flood watch on Friday.
The thing that's bothering me the most is how much they're trying to please the Saudi kingdom that are paying all this money to have this show by reiterating the fact that Super Showdown is supposed to be the equivalent or better than WrestleMania. So everything on this card, even with Kingston Ziggler, has that stench where I'm at an 8 for that match because it's there. If this was anywhere else, that'd probably be a 9.5 or 10.
Okay.
Demon Finn versus Andrade right now is a 5 because there's no reason for this. Finn's already beaten Andrade. Regular Finn. Milquetoast Finn has already beaten him. So like Danimals Finn, like I don't need there's no rhyme to that. Like last year, why did we need a casket match between Taker and Rusev? Taker and Rusev by itself might have been intriguing enough. Why a casket match? That's their first ever fucking match. Like they're doing so many things to placate to the Saudis that we never get.
Yeah,
let alone without.
Why the fuck are the Saudis getting the demon
without any time to build?
We should have been having the demon on a consistent basis ever since he got called up from NXT. Mm-hmm. We should have been having.
We didn't even get a build up to Demon Finn at SummerSlam against Corbin. Remember that? But they get 3 weeks. So I'm at a 5 for that. I've got Danimals winning.
Danimals.
The only other match besides, you're going to hate me for this. The only other match besides Kingston and Ziggler that I want to see, that I might make time to see. Again, less is more. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be awful. The entrances are going to last longer. I'm at about a 7 for Undertaker versus Goldberg.
Okay.
The promo that Taker cut was not Deadman Taker. That sounded like Biker Takers. Like, dude, I don't want your baby daddy Goldberg. I want the man. I want the undefeated motherfucker. And then Goldberg coming out there saying, you know what? Deadman, you're right. Daddy Goldberg can't beat you. But so thank you for reminding me that I don't need to bring Daddy Goldberg. I'm gonna bring the undefeated 179-0 Goldberg. And you're gonna see why I'm a big fucking deal, why I was a big fucking deal, why I'm a Hall of Famer and still wrestling, and you just dead and still wrestling. That's it. One promo each, that's it. And then one of them's gonna break a hip and die. And that's it.
You know what I think about those promos? Whoop-de-doo.
Of course.
Whoop-de-fucking-doo.
Of course.
You want the old Goldberg, the undefeated fucking Goldberg. Okay, what? You found a fucking flux capacitor and you went back 20 years? Is that what happened, Taker? Or are you playing WWE 2K19 where you could pick which era wrestler I get to face? No, that's not what you're gonna fucking get. You're not getting that Goldberg because that Goldberg doesn't exist in 2019. Okay? You're not getting that Goldberg. And Goldberg isn't getting that Undertaker from you. That Undertaker that used to be 20-0. That's long gone dead. Bye-bye. This is not that dream match. That dream match needed to have happened 15 years ago. Now, 20. Now it's geriatric old home fucking playing Parcheesi. No.
And Michelle McCool.
Don't want to see it. No.
You know
Fuck you. I'm at a 1.
How is it a 1? What's the 1?
It could be fast.
That's what Randy says every night. You know what else doesn't happen in 2019?
What?
The term flux capacitor. It's 2019. We say Infinity Stones.
Oh. Well, he didn't get one of those stuck up his ass either by Ant-Man. So you know what? He still isn't going back in time, running around the planet fast enough to reverse his rotation to go back in time. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. There's nothing you can fucking do to go back.
Travis would be so proud of you right now. Who you got winning that fuck fest?
Not me.
Goldberg.
Goldberg will win because it's
Done.
not Mania.
How many fucks do you have to give for Rollins versus Corbin?
3. That's mostly Rollins.
Okay.
No, that's all Rollins. And that's 3. That's not 5 because usually it's 5 for one, 5 for the other whenever I do that shit, right? No, it's 3. Because I like to see Rollins, but I'm not going to enjoy seeing Rollins. One, because of the stink of Saudi, right? The other reason is I can't enjoy this match. I want this match to be over with so that we can see Brock Lesnar come out, cash in his stupid fucking money in the bank on Friday, because it's Friday, and just take the belt off of him and then just go on and never see the belt again for another fucking 2 months until they air on Fox, and then we'll have our first defense in October, Brock Lesnar versus, I don't know, Goldberg because he beat Undertaker. You know, and like, no, I can't enjoy this match. I can't enjoy any match with Seth. Like, I dread Seth being on TV with that belt because what's looming over his shoulder with Brock, because it's like, okay, is now finally going to be a time that we shoot Old Yeller in the brain and see all Old Yeller's brain matter splatter across the countryside? Do we finally have to see it now? Now? Is this the time? No, it's not the time. Okay, we got to wait till Friday. Good. Yeah, let's prolong my suffering. Great. Zero.
But here's where you ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
None of that 0 is for Baron Corbin.
Okay.
I've been telling you for months on end, the oversaturation of Corbin on television has been his biggest flaw. His promos have been better. His in-ring work is better. His presence is better. I honestly didn't mind this match. Brock Lesnar, Beast in the Bank, has become Glenn from The Walking Dead. He should have died under the dumpster. He should have died at the terminus when they were hitting the bats. He should have died. There was 4 or 5 other moments in that season, in that series, where Glenn should have died. And even when that episode that they showed Negan hitting him with the bat, they didn't show that until the next season started. So they had us like for 4 months. That's Brock now. I don't want to play bait and switch no more. Until Brock cashes that in, anything involving the Universal title, I'm at a 0. Because it strikes me.
Brock cashes it in, bro.
No,
once
here's
Brock
the
cashes
issue.
it in, who gives a fuck?
Because everybody's biggest complaint about Lesnar is that motherfucker's never there. He recently announced that he's retiring cold turkey from UFC. They had to have signed some kind of fucking contract because ever since Money in the Bank, he showed up at Money in the Bank. The next night, he was there. The next week, he was there. Last week, he was there. And now this Friday, that motherfucker gonna be there. 4 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Whether or not it's too late to pull that trigger, the fact that, again, they're trying to fix the flaws that they've had before. So they just need to get it over with because the whole bait and switch thing's not working.
Daddy was never there. Now Daddy's trying to come back when you're 13, and he's trying to rub your head. Hey, sport, here's $5 for your birthday. Can I stick around?
He's not paying child support, but he's showing up.
But he's showing up. Yeah. Great. That doesn't mean I love you yet, Daddy. Okay? That doesn't mean that you could just show up and pretend to be my dad and show up to fucking PTA meetings and pretend like you've been there the entire time. No, fuck you. And besides, that was our main complaint. Mm-hmm. That's not our only complaint. Okay? The other complaint is fuck, man, his matches. Fuck his matches. The Suplex City stuff was cool the first time when he did it to Cena, because he was doing it to Cena. We never seen Cena have that happen before. But the matches before it, the Kimura Fests, the matches after it, where it was nothing but fucking Suplex City, and then that's it. And it got old, and it got boring, and it got tired, and he beat everybody, even Seth. When we said that Seth won, Seth didn't really win. Seth kicked him in the nuts. Yep. He kicked him in the nuts, and then he fucking stomped him, and that's it. Like, I don't want to admit it. I want to be blind to it like the rest of the WWE universe is, where they're saying that, yay, Seth didn't beat Brock Lesnar. Seth kicked Brock Lesnar in the nuts and cheated to win, but got away with it. He shouldn't be champ either.
Oh, my groin.
He kicked him in the nuts. Nobody has beat this motherfucker. So, yeah, great. Daddy's back home. But Daddy's back home and he's still a drunk piece of shit. That's why we kicked him out in the first place.
Okay. Breathe. Unless you could tell me another match on this card, give me your prediction for the entire show. And let me remind you, because I don't know what the fuck the pre-show is going on, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches we have not talked about. So unless you can name me any of those 5 matches.
Orton versus Triple H.
Anticipation.
3.
What you got winning?
Orton, he needs a win. Triple H doesn't need it. Why not?
Orton's winning. I'm at a 0 because I'm a wrestling fan that remembers because I was fucking there for WrestleMania 25, Triple H Orton, and after that I never wanted it again. 0. Orton. Done. Thank you. Next. Is there anything else that you can remember on the card?
The 50-man Royal Rumble.
Who's winning?
I don't even know who's in it, but I know like everybody's in it. Who wins it? Do they get something?
No.
Remember
another green belt that they turn into another stupid belt next year. I don't know.
Yeah, because the green belt didn't mean anything.
Nope.
Braun had it, and
it was a green universal title.
And it didn't do nothing with it.
Nothing.
Is that belt on the line?
No.
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
Fucking, I don't know. EC3 is going to win it.
Okay. What other match do you want to talk about?
I don't even know what the rest of the card is. There's no women's match, right?
No.
That fucking promo?
Yet.
That fucking promo where we had Alexa Bliss out there and Bayley and it got interrupted with Carmella. That's not happening at this?
No.
No?
No.
No. Why?
Because it's Saudi. They don't like women. They like women. They don't love women. So, is there anything else on this card before you give me your...
I don't even know what the hell's going on the card other than that.
Okay. So, anticipation for the whole thing.
5.
Okay.
Maybe. No, 4.
Okay.
4. Again, the stink of the Saudi money. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Where we said, what's the worst deal?
Mm-hmm.
The Saudi deal or the Fox deal? And I said the Saudi deal because of the optics of it. It just looks bad that they're getting into bed with them. And they're doing the stuff that you just mentioned a couple of weeks ago. They're giving them stuff that you could have been giving the rest of the world on a consistent basis. Like the stuff with the casket match, the stuff with Demon Finn. Like, Demon Finn comes out there. Why? Because the Saudis have money? There's no reason Demon Finn should be showing up to fight Andrade for nothing.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
There's no need to cheapen WrestleMania. If you want to suck the Saudi dick that bad, just have WrestleMania over there on a Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like a fucking football game. And then once 6 hours of wrestling is over, I can still do something. We've talked about this, about the Wembley thing, where people want the thing back in London from SummerSlam. At this point, just give them WrestleMania in Saudi. Then we'll see how many people go or how many people backlash and see if we're going to reevaluate that deal. But the whole watering down, my anticipation for this whole thing, because it's at 2 o'clock on a Friday, if I don't watch it live and I have the thing spoiled for me, like I said, there's 2 things on there I'm curious to see. My anticipation for the whole thing is a 0. I have no fucks to give whatsoever for this.
Okay.
None. And now that you lost the game, I'm going to tell you what else is on here. Lars Sullivan, 3-on-1 match against the Lucha House Party, which I don't know how
0.
the Mexicans are going to get there either.
0.
There's no rivers up there. Roman Reigns against Shane McMahon.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. 2.
How about Strowman versus Lashley?
Strowman. Oh, God damn. 2.
That's it. That's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's end this real quick. Did you read the news about Bully Ray confronting a fan at an ROH show?
No.
So what happened was this fan was trash talking some talent, as fans do.
It would run. WrestleMania would run long in Saudi because of all the prayer breaks
on a Sunday.
Oh, they pray every day of the week, don't they?
Run more propaganda. I don't know. Shut fucking Hypnotoad for 5 minutes. So this fan was talking smack to the women, but said some derogatory things to the women
in a live
at
event.
this live event.
Okay.
To where security asked this fan to get up and escorted him backstage to a secluded area where it was him, and then Bully Ray came out and confronted him and told him straight up, you buy a ticket to be a wrestling fan, so don't say things to these women that you wouldn't say to your mother. Just go out there and be a fan. Go back to your seat. Yeah. But apparently the fan online made it seem like he was the victim and that he was putting that it's the fan made himself look like the victim. Bully Ray and a bunch of other fans that were actually in attendance actually squashed the thing and proved that this dude was being a dick to the women. Okay. Most importantly, Velvet Sky from Allure. So of course that's Bully's girl. Yeah. If she's offended, well, yeah, and that shit happens. Happens a lot.
Right.
But I don't know how much of that would be Velvet's fault for not. I don't know if you're the right person to ask this. Like, as a person, because you're not a girl, dude. How far is too far when a woman's playing a character on a show or in a live event, as opposed to a fan being derogatory to the human being Velvet Sky? Or the human being, or the human being Mandy Rose, or the human being Angelina Love, as opposed to, even when she eats alphabet, she chokes on the D. To like the woman that's playing the character that's on TV that we're supposed to hate because she's a bitch. Like, how thin is that line? Or is there a line? Or we shouldn't be like that to women because it's women. We should only be like that to men because we suck. Like, where does that go?
There's a line.
Where does that go?
There's a line. I don't know where it is, but I know if I've crossed it. But there's a line. That's why you gotta have a filter in your head. You want to say something stupid, tell it to yourself first, and then kind of figure out. I wouldn't go as far as Bully said, where if you wouldn't say it to your mother, you wouldn't say it to this character. Because there's a lot of things I won't say to my mother.
Well, it's not just that. My mother's never been women's champion. So I can't say that to my mother.
Yeah. But
I want Sasha to beat you, Mom.
I could probably get away with saying more things to a woman's wrestler at a live event than I could get away with saying to my mom.
I could probably get away with saying shit to my mom because she don't know English. Well, she didn't. Now I taught her before she died, so she went to heaven with a potty mouth.
But I don't know. There is a line where it is. I'm not certain, but there's a line.
Okay. So who's in the right? Do you think Bully went too far? Or do you think Ring of Honor went too far in letting Bully have that moment with him?
There's two sides to every story. And if the fan was back there alone with Bully, we don't know if Bully would have been like, hey, bro, let me rap with you, brother. Like, I don't know if Bully did that. Bully could have been like, this is a piece of shit. You shouldn't be talking to my girl like that. If you ever use that again, I'm going to fucking put my foot up your ass. Like, if Bully did that, that's a little bit different. But we don't have the truth here.
Just the he said.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if Bully...
I'm sure they got the gist of that. Thank you for the visuals.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was the highlight of my day.
I know you like it when they get rough with you.
Nobody's touched me like that in days. I do it to myself often. If Dallas hasn't had enough fucking wrestling, Dallas has Raw on Monday before 4th of July, has New Japan's G1 Climax debut the Saturday after the 4th of July. Then the Sunday after 4th of July, Impact having their Slammiversary, 17th Slammiversary. Now, in September, MLW is debuting in Dallas.
Ooh.
The Von Erichs are actually performing back home in Dallas because they're with MLW. they are having their War Chamber event. 3 years ago, before WWE somehow got the rights or worked out an agreement with MLW for the rights, MLW was having War Games matches. So now that NXT has War Games matches, MLW is coming up with War Chamber. Where I don't know if they're going to put a top on it. They've always had a top on it, or they're going to have some kind of amalgamation of a cage match.
Okay.
But they're debuting this match at this event in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, and tickets start at $10.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and they'll be going on sale soon. As a matter of fact, Scott and I will be flying into the state from California that Saturday, so it's possible we might actually be at that show. So Houston Wrestling Radio might be in attendance.
Oh.
Now that I found my press badge, I might try to do something with it.
Oh yeah! Now that I found
yeah, you found my press badge. Yeah, but you bet you couldn't find my fucking wallet.
I couldn't find your fucking wallet.
You know you won't. Is there anything else in the chat before we go?
Yes. Was ringside once with Lisa, and Nikki Bella was in front of me. This is Bacon saying this. Nikki Bella
I remember that.
Was in front of me, and I asked her if I blew Cena too, if I could get a title opportunity.
That's kayfabe, though.
Yeah,
that's kayfabe. That's not saying. I don't know what.
Randy said that's too funny to be gross. Good job. Daniel saying if Bubba's making it about frail women, he's a hypocrite. Seeing that he got made in a company that sexualized the hell out of Francine, Beulah, Tammy, and a lot of it was with foul angles.
I thought he was going to say with Mae Young and WWE tables.
That too, yeah. Daniel says, I mean, hell, ECW had Jasmine St. Clair doing angles and taking bumps. Tell me again about how women shouldn't be objectified, Bubba. You crusader, you.
That infamous promo where he goes, we got a mom in the front row that teaching his daughter how to suck dick. I remember that promo. Oh. Times change, man. People change, and a nice piece of ass will change it too.
Yeah.
I'd straighten up if I was dating Velvet. Fuck. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Nicole says, bad things are said, but I don't know what the guy said, but it must have been bad for all this to happen.
Yeah.
Randy says she agrees.
That's it, man.
So you said Dallas is getting all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Good for Dallas. Well, fuck Dallas. Why the hell don't Houston get all this shit? I mean,
we're getting the Royal Rumble at Minute Maid Park next year.
That's true.
In the ball field, which means Takeover, hopefully.
Yeah.
Man, I need to start a fucking petition. NXT Takeover next year needs to be outdoors at Compass Stadium.
At BBVA.
That would be fun as shit, man. It's perfect weather in January.
Okay.
Here, with humidity, it's perfect weather in January.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, I say that. There's a
yeah.
I'm gonna go float home in about 5 minutes. Well, then, yeah. But,
okay,
we'll get ours.
Cool.
Everybody's due.
Yeah, everybody's due. I mean, after all, it's the Royal Rumble, and WWE is the pinnacle of wrestling. So
sports entertainment.
We're getting the best thing in all of wrestling.
Sports entertainment because everybody likes it.
Yeah,
too bad I don't have kids to do that.
Yeah, because WWE is the best.
Anything else, sir?
Texans being against several WWE shows abruptly canceled. All right. Hector says next time let me know in advance, guys. Okay.
Yeah, so you have a week to tell us your car don't work. You could Uber.
Porsche says
he's got discounts, bitch. You could have lifted over here.
Yeah. Fuck. Porsche says Deep Impact, July 6th.
Oh man, I misinformed y'all last week. I thought this Saturday was the night the night that they were doing that outdoor Dynamo show that ROW did. From the videos I saw on Facebook, looked fun as shit, man. I should have gone. This Saturday,
I didn't go. Actually.
This Saturday, they're back at their headquarters in Timbuktu, taping television.
Yeah,
out there.
But then July, it was July 6th.
July 6th, the day before Slammiversary, is Deep Impact here.
Deep Impact, where it's basically TNA, RW and TNA, or excuse me, Impact. They're doing so that's cool. Yeah. Again, next time, let me know. Shut up, Hector. I'll let you know when I want to let you know.
Bitch!
All right. That being said.
Oh, no.
All right, guys.
You need to scoot up some.
It's a serious time here, guys. It's very, very serious. I didn't have anything prepared to say this. This was just off the cuff. And My improv skills aren't that good, so I don't know what to say. You could go ahead and hit end because I'm floating dead in the water here.
You could say your line.
Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
What the fuck was that?
I figured I'd come up with something witty, but I couldn't. But
You had a better chance coming up with something titty.
This is. That's it. Pringles are in the way.
Oh wait, you need that Jasmine mask.
Get the fuck out of here.